Who's familiar with the fight or flight syndrome? One or two of you, all of you probably. The thing with fight or flight is well, it's not particularly helpful these days, is it? Because there's not an awful lot. Well, there are some grizzly bears, not in Whitley Bay. I live in Whitley Bay, by the way. Can't speak for Newcastle, but there's none in Whitley Bay, so this isn't going to happen to me on the way home, probably. However, there are situations where you can feel really anxious and nervous, and your body's biological reaction to that is to kick in, is the fight or flight syndrome. And there are ways that you can deal with that. Now, if you need to come across as confident to an audience, if you want your body language to say, look, you're in good hands, don't start crying, don't run away, and we are going to do something really good here, you know, we're going to share something and it's going to be fantastic. If you want your body language to say that, it would help if you felt like that inside. Because if you don't feel like that at all, you're going to send a different message, a different incongruent message. I'm saying it's going to be great, guys, and my body language is going, run for the hills. It's not happening tonight. So, it's fight or flight is something that will happen to you regardless when you feel nervous. There are ways, though, of removing the unhelpful side effects of that nervousness without actually losing your edge. I think that's one of the things I often say is, people say to me, I wish I could just be dead chill. I wish I could just be really not bothered. Truth is, you don't really want that, because if you were completely chilled like you had 4 Valium before you stirred, you'd lose your edge, you know? You wouldn't make an impact nearly as well as you would if you had something about you, a bit of an edge about you. If I'm excited and passionate about what I'm trying to tell you, and I am, I hope that's what comes across in my body language. So that's where I want to be. I want to be not debilitated by nerves to the point where I'm frightened to do anything, but I want to still have that edge. And one of the things you can do is you can help yourself with a breathing technique that I use sometimes. It's nothing particularly clever. It's just if you breathe in. Oh, what was it? A friend of mine, a doctor, a friend of mine, told me that when you, I didn't know this until recently, when you breathe in, the physical act of breathing in creates a chemical to be produced in the brain. I can't remember the name of it. And that chemical, when you breathe in, it actually creates a bit of a nervousness and anxiousness within you, and your blood goes everywhere. But when you're physically breathing out, it stops that chemical, it creates a different one that calms you down, makes you very relaxed. So he said, all you have to do is breathe out more than you breathe in. And I went, how can you breathe out more than you breathe in? And he said, no, breathe in really quickly and breathe out really slowly. Because if you spend more time breathing out and less time breathing in, then you can actually address the balance. He said that he's Indian. He said the famous Indian singers in his country have a tendency to outlive everybody else, and they put it down to the amount of time they spend, because they sing in a certain type of way that there's been a lot of time breathing out and a lot less time breathing in. And I just thought that was fascinating. So I tried it, and so I breathe in fairly quickly. I don't want to hyperventilate and pass out, but I breathe in fairly quickly and spend as long as I can breathing out. I do that about 10 times, doesn't take long. It really is. I did it once on a long journey. I thought, I'll do 100 breaths. It took about an hour and a half. Seriously, that took a long time breathing out, but by the time I'd finished, I went way beyond relaxed. I was like, literally like I'd had a few Valium. It was almost like hypnotic. It was the most relaxed I've ever been. And I suggest you try it, because I find it very useful. Don't start crying. You're in good hands. Run for the hills. It's not happening tonight.